At least 1,000.
Sorry.
Wait, what was that? 1500?
1,500 for 6 weeks worth.
Yikes. That's
Oh,
insane.
we lost Sherry. Oh, maybe she didn't want to be recorded. Well, it's
Oh,
obvious that it's going to be recorded because I've been posting the recordings.
yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, so as we're getting ready to do this, I need
This is
to
back.
there we go. As we're just saying, as we're airing out all of our laundry, I need to be at this doctor's office because I'm in trouble now.
Oh
I'm
no.
not in trouble. I'm not in trouble, but I think this is a valuable lesson to all your listeners.
Yeah,
Do
well,
not get price gouged by your doctors because they
well,
will do that if they can.
yeah.
They will do that.
I've
Here,
seen so many cases with HCG for so many years. I mean, where people were paying $1,400 for a 40-day round of HCG. It's just ridiculous. So, I mean, I stopped going to a clinic when it got to $600 because I'm like, I can't afford $600, you know. But so yeah, and I am interested in learning more about that because boy, both of those that you were going over were like, oh my gosh, I need.
they are, you know what, let's just dive into that. And then I'll let Ashley might have to help out a little bit at the end of the call because I'm going to bounce at about 4:15 today. And then obviously, Anita, you want to record another call with me next week? Let's do it anytime. We do this.
Next week I'm on vacation, but then let's start after the first of the year.
Absolutely.
I know that the ladies that were able to join last week really had great feedback. They loved being able to be on the call and ask their questions. So that's awesome. And then at the end, Ashley, you can go over the new me or the new year, new you, since he's got to jump.
That would be really, really.
Oh, I am so excited. I took a picture, a screenshot of this. I was like, oh my gosh, this is great.
And Lanita and to all the listeners is remember with I guess let's just dive right into this really quick. The new year, new you. It's an all-encompassing program that has a lot of material to teach, a lot. And I have a few degrees, and and as you heard, we went from a very, very scientific to an intermediate to a very, very basic, right? So to all the viewers, if you want, here's your GLP-1, here's the do's and don'ts, here's the things you have to do. You read that and you're like, well, I want to know more. I'm licking my chops, being like, oh yes.
Let me
yes,
give you the good stuff.
Yeah,
information.
we can go in with this. Yeah. And it goes into every lifestyle you could think of, from supplements, which we've discussed, to protein intake, to dietary habits, to hydration, to sleep, to peptides.
Now, are there peptides yet? Now, are meal plans? Will there be meal plans included or recipes or something to help with that? I've been trying to add recipes to the group. Awesome.
And now, before you get into meal planning, we got to figure out what exactly does a meal need to constitute before you start trying to plan, right? So there's a whole step. I have recipes. I have it all.
Awesome. It's exciting.
It's all there.
A lot of this is going to help so many people in our group because they're struggling not knowing how to follow this. I had a woman today, and I'll at some point I'll go over. I mean, she has a lot of stuff. She was on the chat, and it was just, and I'm hoping she can make it onto the call. But if not, I'll ask the question for her.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's just dive into this really quick because we have been talking to your people about kind of now. There's a lot of peptides. But since it's just fresh on the call, and Leniti, we were just all on that call together.
Yeah.
I just want to go over two things. I want to go over the two new peptides, Thymosin Alpha and Thymosin Beta. Now, the thing about both of these peptides, they're found in the thymus gland, so they're naturally occurring. Even on the call, I sent the manufacturing process to Lisa in our group, how they are an SPPS, or a solid phase peptide synthesis, the methodology, the advantages, the purification, the process, the quality control. So if you want to know more about that.
Yeah, people ask those questions. Where do you get this? How is this stuff made? So especially with a compounding pharmacy with a lot of different things. So awesome.
Well, get this. You know what? I am going to, just for your purposes right now, Lenita, I'm going to email it to you.
Oh, thank you.
How I'm going to put TA and TB are made.
Awesome.
Thymosin alpha
Will
and
you send it to
thymosin
me
beta.
too?
What's that?
Will you send it to me too, please?
Sorry, no,
Oh, man.
no, just kidding.
So my question with that, and Sherry, I'm sorry, we're kind of waiting for some other people to jump in too. If not, we'll just have the four of us and it'll be great. But what we're talking about is some new peptides that are old peptides that are reintroduced peptides that are awesome for the body. Not so much, I mean, we're kind of taking a little jump from weight loss and just into overall health and immune support and some good stuff like that. So that's what we're discussing here real quick before we
And
get
then we'll jump right into questions. And Sherry, if you have questions, please ask away. So thymosin alpha, all I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the top 6 benefits of it. Right now, it was taken away from us during COVID. I was taking this right before COVID hit because I already knew about it. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I want this. First thing, immune system enhancement, right? So let's say there's a peptide called dihexa, and it says cognitive enhancement, right? Makes you smarter. So this one right here, the number one thing it is immune system enhancement. From there, it has antiviral properties. It is used as an adjunct in cancer treatments. They give this in conjunction to cancer treatments.
to boost the immune system, whereas the other things are depleting the immune system. Awesome.
Correct. It is used for treatment of chronic disease, most notably autoimmune, such as lupus, such as rheumatoid arthritis, such as scleroderma. All of these things, it helps. Number 5, reduction in inflammation, which we know once you have disease, it's all about inflammation.
Yep.
And the last thing, which is where it's just a gut punch, enhances vaccine effectiveness. I wonder where that came from now. Right? Wonder how that got there. Ugh.
Interesting. Michelle, we're talking, what is it called again? It's a peptide. So it's a naturally occurring in your body. And what's it called?
This is thymosin alpha, or known as TA1. Thymosin alpha, I'll read it to you really quick. And then, you know what I will do is we start talking, I'm going to share both of these files with you, Lanita, so we could give this. Thymosin alpha is a peptide or small protein naturally produced in the thymus gland. It plays a crucial role in the immune system's functioning. While research is ongoing, several potential benefits of thymosin alpha have been identified, and those are the ones I am talking about. Really quick to go over it one more time for you, Michelle, is immune system enhancement, antiviral properties. It's used as an adjunct in cancer treatment. It's used to treat chronic diseases. It reduces inflammation, and it enhances vaccine effectiveness. We've been waiting for this. It was taken away from us the summer of 2020. It is now almost 2024, so we are very excited to get this back.
And the thing, I mean, what a perfect time of year, being that this is, cold and flu season where everyone's getting sick. This is a way to boost your immune system to help keep, and especially the big, the two big, the major, COVID.
I will tell you this right now, and to you and all your listeners, Thymosin Alpha, I will be ordering this next September, or let's say October, next October at the end. That way, come November, I might not take it every single day, but you better believe like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I could guarantee one thing: I will not get sick. I won't even get the sniffles.
Yeah. Let's see.
Right. So this is.
I think you had said that you had been taking it. You had been taking it, and you didn't end up. You've never tested positive for COVID. So
not once. Not once did I test positive for COVID. Oh, I knew I had it. I lost my sense of taste and smell for like a week and a half.
Right.
That wasn't because of magic, right? That wasn't because I, smelled a unicorn. No, it was because I had COVID, but never tested positive for it.
Never tested positive, and obviously never got terribly sick from it, like a lot of people did.
No. I had very, very mild.
That's amazing.
Thing. So you could see where this is. Let's talk about quickly its brother, Thymosin Beta. Now, this one is another. They pulled this a while ago. The FDA did, and I know for a fact that thymosin beta has been made into an Alzheimer's dementia drug. They've manufactured this into a drug. The
So
FDA
they
allowed it to be
took the
made in.
peptide off the market, the natural occurring peptide off the market, so that they could make a pharmaceutical medication.
That's correct. That's the writing on the wall that nobody wants to. They're like, no, 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 no. Yes, yes, yes. And now magically it's back. Now, thymosin beta, or known as TB4, is a small naturally occurring peptide that plays a significant role in tissue repair, regeneration, and healing. Now, top, wow, this is here we go. Top eight. Top eight. One, promotion of wound healing. TB4 is known for profound wound healing properties. It accelerates the process of tissue repair by promoting cell mitigation and proliferation. By the way, Ashley, next time after I'm done with BPC 157, you know exactly what I'm going to be switching to.
Yeah.
I will be switching to thymosin beta. Number two, anti-inflammatory effects. Here we go again. Both alpha and beta anti-inflammatory. Three, cardioprotective. TB4 has been shown in studies that it helps in repairing heart tissue after a myocardial infarction, also known as a heart attack. Remember on the call, it causes angiogenesis. So wherever the damaged tissue is, blood flow fixes it.
Nice.
Number four, which I am very well versed in, TB4 has neuroprotective effects. You go to any major conference, TB4, thymosin beta, is known for its effect for traumatic brain injuries, concussion protocols. This is the first thing they give. So, all right, now it protects the brain. Number five, tissue regeneration. This comes because of the angiogenic properties. It causes things to, just the new blood vessels, right? New blood vessels. Improved flexibility and strength. Let's just touch that one on brief because this is where things get a little funky. Number seven, hair growth.
Nice.
That's another reason.
Well, and I know a lot of women that I've worked with over the years, you know, when they're dealing with weight loss and medical weight loss protocols, HCG, Semaglutide, you know, a lot of them say that, you know, because of the nutrients that they're not getting,
they have hair thinning.
They have hair thinning. So there's, well, there's a lot of us that would really like our hair to grow in a lot thicker.
Yeah, no, my receding hairline in my mid 40s, it's great. Just love it. But yeah, no, I could tell you right now, now BPC 157 is fantastic. It is fantastic because it heals the gut, right?
What I'm on. Yeah, I take that.
Now after this round of it, in January, because I modify my peptides, I'm going to be switching to thymosin beta for sure. Okay. And the last thing, just like its brother, immune system modulation.
Nice.
So you see why we're very excited that these are now back in the mix. We've been waiting for 4 years. In this one, I thought when they pulled thymosin beta, what I was told, it's never coming back because drug companies got it. They're like, no, we're going to make a gold mine. Screw you people.
Right.
So they did it. And then they're like, all right, let's give it back to them because most people are not going to, you know, they'll figure it out. So
they'll follow their doctors and the doctors will give them the medication instead of getting the peptide on their own. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you.
That's a little brief thing. You know, I think in our calls, we should introduce more and more of these. I just think it was very, very important that we gave this because we just found this out at Telewellness MD last week. And we are just like, oh, yay. Like the little monkey with the symbols, right? It's like, it's really, really good.
Right. Well, real quick, let's see if Sherry or Michelle, if either one of you have questions for us. And
ask away anything, Sherry or Michelle, on the GLP1s or any kind of other topic that we could help you out with.
And then if not, we'll move into.
There's nothing wrong with that. You feel free to jump in whenever you want because we'll be answering other questions, which is kind of, this is a fun thing.
Well, and we had talked about, okay, so let's see, what did I hear? I thought I had in my thing here for next call. And of course, my notes are awful. We had talked about our next Zoom call maybe touching on meal plans and exercise. But with that, I mean, so let's go into the new year, new you meal plan thing, and how hands-on, how individual. I mean, from what our call said earlier today, is that it's really going to give them the tools they need. And it's a 12-week program, and it's going to give them the tools they need to be able to make their own plan individual to themselves and their journey.
That's absolutely correct. And then Michelle, we will answer your question shortly.
Yes,
She
sir.
just popped it up, but we will.
Awesome.
She has a question, but let's go ahead and finish this question on exercise and nutrition. Starting off with nutrition, right? With GLP-1s, we have to emphasize the protein intake, right? And Lenita, you know this all too well.
Yes.
However, what we need to do is we have to teach people what is the right amount of protein, one. Two, what does that look like? And what about the timing of it, right? So, right there, that is 1 week of 12 of just figuring out protein intake. From there, we're going to give you a protein reference. What has how much protein in it? What does that look like, right? Like you need to eat a protein about the size of your hand or about a deck of cards, right? Now, that's just for some of them, right? There's other things that have more protein and smaller by volume, and there's things that have a lot of protein, but they come with caloric intake. And the one thing we have to be very careful with is nuts, because nuts are very dense in protein, but I myself have walked through a grocery store and ate a third a bag of cashews and realized I indeed got 20 grams of protein, but I also ate 1,800 calories. And that's not the ideal thing to do. So when it comes to that, so that's the 1 week one of nutrition, right? A few weeks later, then we're going to go in, okay, now everybody knows what protein intake looks like. Now let's add that to a meal. Now, what else needs to be added to that meal? Right. And we're going to teach that one by one, because if I gave you a meal plan, Lenita, and you hate chicken and fish, that's not going to be a really good meal plan, right? And I give a meal plan to Ashley, and she doesn't eat red meat, right? So what we have to do is start looking, what does the meal, first off, the protein, how much, where are we getting it from, other than animal sources, other from this, and then now we know what 1/3 of our plate must look like, because we want about 30% of our caloric intake from the protein, right? We need it.
Okay.
And that's going to prevent from weight loss or weight gain from coming back. And you can see how that works when it comes to the nutrition. Then we have to talk about hydration, which comes in. So there's a step-like process, right? You cannot start at step 6 until you master step 1 through 5. And that's kind of how the system is being built.
Awesome.
Exercise, same thing. I have basic exercise programs. I have intermediate exercise programs. I have advanced exercise programs. I have websites that are going to show you how to do them. You could just follow a video if you're so inclined. But we have to show all of it. But the key thing is knowing that the exercise must be weight trained, emphasized. There is going to be cardiovascular training, you better believe it. But out of the gate, if you're not doing resistance training twice a week, you might be the person that if you get off this medication, that weight comes back real quick, right? If you don't weight train, if you don't eat protein heavy diet, if you don't supplement, if you don't do all of these things.
Well, and that was one of the things that Dr. Egan I think said today in our call, is that 80% of the people that go on these protocols, if they do not change their lifestyle, they will gain the weight back.
I don't like to say 100%, but it's pretty darn close.
Yeah. So, because I mean, it's just, it's with diet programs. It's a tool to train yourself for new habits to live a healthy lifestyle.
By the way, as I'm going to share this to you.
And real quick, I'm going to, Michelle, these are peptides. They are injectable peptides. So they do require that you go through, I mean, if you get it through Telewellness MD, you go through our doctors, they have a teleconference with you. and then they write your prescription. Is that correct? With
That is absolutely correct. So these are not OTC. They are peptides. They're not medications. They're only viewed as medications through the FDA. If you went anywhere else in the world, they're peptides, but that's not the way things work here. We can't fight that, so let's call a spade a spade. So it is a medication that you will have to get a prescription for. The way that we do it at Telewellness MD and Lanita is going to be your go-to person. Is you sign up with us and we figure out what's the best thing for you and how you're going to use it, and then you get a call. It takes less than 5 minutes, and then you have a prescription for 1 year. You do not need to go back to the doctor for 12 months because that's the right way these things should be done. And not every time you need a new prescription, you got to go to the doctor because they want to charge your insurance and they want to, hey, keep coming back. Come on back. Yeah, come on. Let me see your insurance card real quick. So yeah, that's kind of how that system works for sure.
Okay, excellent. So I hope that answered your question, Michelle. Here we go. And what were you going to send? And then.
Oh, I just sent you the thymosin.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to do both. I'm going to do both right now. So you could give both you have both Thymosin Alpha and Thymosin Beta, the top benefits, plus a 500-word summary with references, with articles, plus how are they made?
Awesome. So I can share that with the group if anyone's interested.
Absolutely.
I mean, the fact that well, with this group, because it grew so fast, and I know a lot of people came over from my HCG and my wellness groups, came into this, and that was, predominantly women, probably in their 40s on up, perimenopausal, menopausal, and postmenopausal, but we all have our issues with our weight. And so I know a lot of us are also interested in, things for longevity and health, like immune support, and just feel, the older we get, the harder it is to feel good, and we need, and especially if we've not taken care of ourselves up to this point, or like myself have a chronic genetic illness that I'm having to deal with, so I'm so blessed to have found some of the like the BPC 157, and now this new one, because I think it can really help some of my chronic illness issues. So
the Thymosin Alpha, I was just talking with Ashley. By the end of next month, I'll have 10 people on it.
Yeah.
Easily.
It's separate, so you get one or the other. It's not combined.
That's correct. That's correct.
Sure. Okay.
You can take both together, but yeah, they're two separate medications.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So let me real quick get to that comment that came in today. I was like, I don't know how to answer this poor woman. So let me see if I can find hers. It was, here it is. Okay. Awesome. She's been on Mounjaro for 2 months and sounds like she had the prescription, but she hasn't started it yet. She didn't get any information. She asked for it from her diabetic nurse practitioner, and she gave it to her. Told her I had been researching it for a couple years, Ozempic, and she recommended Mounjaro instead. I got home and thought to myself, I would have liked some information from her, so I searched out this group to hope you can help me get me rolling. I'm type 2 diabetic since I was 25. I'm 65. I have aortic stenosis, which will eventually have to be replaced with a pig valve. The other valves are great. I have high stage 4 kidney disease. I am 5'5" and have for the last 20 years stayed around 190. However, since my son passed and my depression and health, I live very sedentary lifestyle. COVID hit, and then doctor's appointment here and there. I don't live my apartment. I am up to 225, and it's really getting more difficult for me health wise. I need to start and take this weight off and start living again.
So she's really a kind of a prime candidate. We need to get her part of the community.
Yes.
But to answer her question, if she hopefully she will listen to this, is yes. Ozempic is semaglutide, which is known as a GLP1. It's a glucagon-like peptide. Now, does it work? Absolutely. Now, what's Mounjaro? Mounjaro is also known as Tirzepatide. Tirzepatide is a GLP1 and it's a GIP1. It's a glucagon-like peptide and it's a glucoinsulinic-like peptide. So now it's acting on two different sites, one in the stomach, one in the pancreas. Now, what we do know is a dual-acting medication is roughly 35% more effective at lower doses than Ozempic. So you have to take less of it, and it's more effective in the weight loss. Now, to that listener, this member is you do have to move and you do have to change the way you eat. Because if you were to stop this medication, not only are you going to put that weight back on, it's probably going to bring some friends with it.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is that stage 4 with the kidney, her blood pressure is damaging the kidneys at 5'4", 220.
Yeah.
Blood pressure. You drop that blood pressure, you take off the pressure. You know why the aortic stenosis?
Right.
Probably because of blood pressure. Why the kidneys are failing? Blood pressure. You can't push blood through these areas is with that kind of pressure, right? Things start to break. So by taking the GLP-1 at 2, you'll lose 30 pounds in 60 days, no matter what. You'll be under 200 pounds. You'll be able to move around a lot more. You join in the community with us and listen and learn, and you could ask questions. We'll be having these meetings every single week for 12 weeks covering topics. I could guarantee from there's going to be spin-off calls where people are going to be having specific questions, which I will open up. We got to make note of that, Ashley, now that we need to have like a separate call just for Q&A. It's going to be a must. I could tell you in the heart of hearts that's going to be a thing. So yes, Mounjaro will help you get that weight off. It will help alleviate some of the kidneys issue because of the blood pressure. It will help alleviate you're going to have the your aortic valve replaced, but it's like you have to fix, I don't know, you have to fix a sprinkler, right? But if you don't have the water going on full force the whole goddamn time, right? Like it's taking some of the pressure off. So you got to fix, but you have to do it right now. You need new tires on your car, but you still got 3,000 miles to go. You don't just rip the tire off and, now I got some more miles to go, right? So by taking off the weight, you could add more miles to that body of yours. It's just the weight is that. I highly we need to.
Yeah.
If she has medication.
I think she just joined, and so I'm gonna follow up with her and and talk to her about the New Year, New You program, because I think that'd be really beneficial, because that's gonna help her. Now within that program, will you be, because it is available to people that are getting their semaglutide or Ozempic and Mounjaro from doctors, and their insurance is paying for it. So you will be.
There absolutely is. It's not expensive.
Right.
It comes down to what is it, like $9 a week? You got that, right? Trust me.
Right.
Not to mention, once you stay on Mounjaro, I promise you're going to save $9 a week not eating and listening. It's not a problem. I bet my life savings on that.
In that, you'll then be, because it sounds like she was just given this and not given any instructions or anything. That's something that she'll get from the community and get. It's like, I don't even know if she knows how to even start dosing. I'm sure she'd have to. Her nurse practitioner got it for her. She'd have to know how to start dosing.
But you see how this is such an issue, Lanita, and everyone else that's listening, that they give you a medication, they slap you on the back and say good luck.
Fun.
Right?
Yeah.
That it's unacceptable. It's borderline criminal, and that's why we are offering New Year, New You, because the GLP-1s, remember, Ashley, too, our first thing that we talked about with GLP-1s, the do's and the don'ts, because we have to come to this like reality is there's a right way to do something and there's a wrong way to do something. And doing the wrong thing is why people get really bad side effects, right? They don't have to happen that way. It's just people are not doing it correctly because no one's told them how.
Exactly. Well, and or there's also expectation that some people, they're looking for a magic bullet, a magic pill. And this is not that. This is a tool, not magic. It's a tool to help you learn how to live a healthier lifestyle for the rest of your life, not magically going to, drop off 40 pounds and never come back again if you don't change how you live.
There's only one way you could do that permanently, Lanita.
What's
Chop
that?
your leg off.
Yeah, I was going to say yeah.
The only way you're going to lose 40 pounds permanently, not going to just start hacking limbs off. But if that's not your jam, yeah, no, there's a whole program to follow for this, and that's why we're really excited at Telewellness MD that we have all of these steps ready to go. I mean, I built it out so well, I had to rebuild it because I did it too advanced.
Well, and that's what in the call today, that's what I loved, is that it's gonna hit all the levels of where people are coming from. I myself gonna like the real simple version because I'm super simple, but there's people that really want advanced, research and all the other stuff that, it'll be there for them.
The fun thing, Lanita, is after the 12 weeks, you're probably gonna go back and be like, I'm gonna go ahead and check out chapter 2 on all of these things now, right? Let me take a look at the advanced, right? Because it's not wildly different. It's just a little bit more specific, right? It's adding that one or two extra things that has to be done where it's hard enough for some people to change one or two things, let alone I need you to change 10 things tomorrow. We're like, no, that's not going to work. Um, but the more you become educated, the more you become part of a community and listening to success stories and where did things go sideways, you're able to pull in more than what you are as an individual because there's people sharing like, hey, don't do this. And I can guarantee if we have 10 people on the call, 8 other people are like, yeah, no, I did that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Just don't do that.
Well, and I'm looking forward to using a lot of the resources to be able to, educate my group as well, and because
Oh yeah, all of that will be
that's
readily
my
available to you.
purpose is, I really want my group. I don't, I've joined several Facebook, Monjaro, Ozempic, Wakavi, all the different groups. And to me, from the way the posts are, it's not proper English. It sounds to me like it's somebody in a foreign country who is selling at black market, honestly. And most of them are like, yeah, you can trust this person. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I can trust that person.
The loose numbers right now on what we have seen, and I've done some analytics through some of my connections actually through our buddy Rob and such. I was just texting with the CEO of a Fortune 500 company that looks at information, right? Roughly about 68%. I'm gonna create an aggregate between Instagram and TikTok because that's where the biggest culprits are. About let's say 65% of that it's all black market and it's not real. So you about 4 out of 10 is actually true. 6 out of 10 you're buying something that's not real.
Well, and what I'm noticing with these groups is they're not offering any kind of coaching or information. It's just like, oh yeah, you can buy it from us and it's available. And, because I have a lot of these people jump into our group and start, trying to sell. And so I'll go and join theirs just to check out what they're doing. And that's what I'm finding the majority of. And there's no information, no coaching, and I want to make my group different because, like I said, I did with the HCG for, a decade. I wanted to help people, not just make it available. And I want to do the same.
Yeah, no, that is the main emphasis of this New Year, New You program. On that same token, this is going to be the first of many. We have all intentions of creating programs like this for every single agent that Telewellness MD carries. There's protocols that now what we have done, and I have no problem saying this, is with Telewellness MD and with some of our other adjunct companies, is we teach this to medical professionals, right? That's a big role. However,
Right.
we still need to teach if we're getting like to your people, Anita, and people are buying the the Tirzepatide, not the Monjourno.
Right.
Monjourno is just that's the company, that's the pharma company, right? They're all Tirzepatide, they're all Semaglutide, right?
It's just their branding, right?
It's just the branding of it. Is we want to make sure that when somebody signs up and gets it, they know what to do, because it is, you know what? Doesn't this almost seem like common sense to us at this point now? It seems like this should be common sense, but common sense is at a premium these days. And, we can't look about going back. All we could do is be like, this is how we're going to do things moving forward. And
Well,
you have all of the resources available. We'll hand this all to you.
it seems like it took off really. I mean, it just blew up. I mean, it just like became, and bam, everybody, it's the next new thing. But if you do it correctly, it can really change your life. If you just treat it as the next new thing, then it's going to be just like all the other diets we've tried, so just for the benefit of the ladies that are on here, I guess we can give them a little overview of what we're talking about with New Year, New You, because I just got all the breakdown on it today, and even more excited than I was last week when I first heard about it. And so it's available. It starts now. It's a 12-week program, so it's like a challenge, almost a 12-week challenge program. It starts on January 8th and runs through March something. And so everyone who purchases, they can either purchase the program itself.
Yep.
That's correct.
Or that comes with the purchase of semaglutide or Tirzepatide. It's included in, and so they get access to that. And that's anybody who purchases from now up until January 8th, because that's when it starts.
That's absolutely correct. And there is, since we want you to be part of this, you also, if you get your Tirzepatide, I almost said Monjourno again. Tirzepatide or Semaglutide, right? Sneaky drug companies. If you get it through Telewellness MD, we throw in the package, we throw in the education free, plus we discount the medication. Now, let's say that one more time.
Right.
Because that's too good to be true. Our CEO is a firm believer that this is for everybody. I also am in that same camp, where what we will do is sign up with us. We will get you your medication. Then we're going to teach you the do's and the don'ts down to whatever level you want. We could go elementary school, middle school, or straight to the PhD type, right? That's where I'm at. That's where I looked at things. And then we reverse engineered it from the top down, not the bottom up, right? So now we have everything you could think of in a community, and you get it through us. We're going to discount the medication, and it's a lot cheaper than a lot of other places. And this is okay. And then I'll let Ashley take over, because I'm going to bounce here in a few seconds. Is this, you're going to get a medication / peptide, that we have to talk this way, from a real 503B compounding pharmacy that is FDA regulated. You're getting the real thing.
With a doctor's prescription.
True. Yeah, you have a doctor's prescription for 1 year. That's how confident we are in the ability of what our program is. The other thing, they are not our competitors, but going back into where a lot of people are buying stuff from, it says on the vial, not for human consumption. That's our competition. Doesn't seem like competition to me when it's that. Again, here we go again with common sense, right? If somebody gives you something, be like, look, it's this much money, it's this plus this. You're looking at a label that's like got your name on it. It's got your name on it, and what it's supposed to. This is for you. This is for you, Anita. Or you could take this and it says not for human consumption.
Yeah.
With nothing, no instructions at all. Like
I learned that really well.
I
learned it really well several years ago when I bought what I thought was MIC, B complex.
Oh yeah.
Hypertropics. And I ended up getting a clear vial, no label, and it was a cloudy orange substance inside of the vial, no instructions. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not injecting that into my body.
Kobe into the trash.
Straight into the trash.
Um,
I'm like, oh, okay,
and that's where we have to differentiate ourselves, Lenita, especially within your group, because what we know loosely, and this is a spitball figure, but let's get a haircut and say 6 out of 10 products that you see on social media are not real. They're not real. That's more, imagine getting on an airplane and be like, yep, you know what? Not even half of, like, it's 60% a chance we're not even going to make it. That's not even a coin flip, right? You're like, no, I'm not getting on that ride. That's insanity. But people are doing it just because they're like, it's $100 cheaper than somewhere else. Like, come on, we gotta set everything straight. We gotta set it the right way, and that's what we're here to do. Lenita and everybody, it's been great. I have to go talk to a medical group here in New York City about thymosin alpha and thymosin beta because they're going to get a hand slap for me because of what they're doing with their pricing of it. One thing that we're here to do is we're here to empower the people, right? Literally empower the people. So you don't have to go stop going to your doctor when you're sick and start seeing us so you don't get sick. Remember that.
Yeah. Thank you, Stephen.
No, thank you. We will have another call very soon. And I look forward to it.
Yeah,
I sent you all of that information. So all the listeners, they have all the information on thymosin alpha, thymosin beta, how it's made. And now I'm going to let Ashley take it away on finishing up the new year, new you. And I will talk and see all of you well at the end of the year, if not the beginning of next.
There you go. Thank you.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, Ashley. So I'm so excited. So I'm going to do the rundown because I took a screenshot of it, but yeah, I'm going to let you do the rundown of what it's involved with it and how to get it.
Yeah, so Stephen and Lenita kind of already went through it a little bit. So just to recap and sum it up, it's $99.95 if you're wanting just the program only. It is a 90-day program or a 3-month program. And what it includes is weekly emails. It'll include newsletters in those emails about different various topics related to health. So like Stephen was mentioning, like nutrition, protein intakes. 1 week will be on sleep, different things like that. And then with that, you'll get a diet exercise plan emailed to you directly also with recipes, different things. And like he was saying, there's a couple different levels. So we have like more of a basic program. Well, it's all like the same program, but within that, like the newsletters will be basic or more advanced. And then we'll have weekly Zoom calls to kind of go over the topics and then opportunity for you guys to ask questions. We'll have our own Facebook community as well so that you can chat and message with other people who are kind of going through the same program and process that you are. Well, you can opt in for motivational text messages. And then we also have a supplement of ours. It's called Super Burn. And the first 50 people to sign up for the program will get a free Super Burn. It's just kind of 4 pills you take a day and kind of helps to enhance fat burning a little bit more. So if you're one of the first 50 to sign up, you'll get that. And yeah, so $99.95 for the program. If you are interested in getting your medications from us, it is free included with the medications. How that works is you would pay for the program, the $99.95 for the program, and then you have a scheduled consultation to talk to one of our physicians to determine if you would be better suited for the Semaglutide or the Tirzepatide, and then you get $100 off of your order. So then essentially the program ends up being for free with your purchase of the Semaglutide or Tirzepatide. And that will be available on our website to sign up by the end of the week. And then the program starts January 8th. Excellent.
And just for our group, we had a discount code for 2023 that was for 25% off for your first order. And that will be changing in 2024 because of pricing and everything. It's going down. So it won't be the 25% off. So I just want the ladies in my group to know that, you know, if you want the 25% off and you want to get signed up for the program, definitely do it before the first of the year, before everything changes.
Yes.
So
Yep.
get the most bang for your buck. I'm always, I'm the bargain hunter.
Yeah.
Always trying to, pass that along. What about people that already have a prescription with you and already getting their medications from
Yeah.
Telewellness?
They're still eligible to join the program. They would just come on and buy the program only for $99.95.
Okay, excellent.
Yep.
So they do that. So fantastic. Well, I just love that we're going to be giving such wonderful resources
Mm-hmm.
to the people of our group, and just in general, it's really neat.
Yeah. We're really excited about it. This is the first time we're doing something like this. So we're really excited to launch it and to build a community of people all with the same goal.
Well, and like Stephen was saying, so this will be for the first quarter, but it sounds like they're going to be continuing to offer it throughout. Like people have long-term, they're going to be on it for a while because they've got, a good amount of weight to lose. They can always, it's going to be available continuously.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
That's great.
Fantastic. Any questions from Michelle or Sherry before we sign off? And let's see. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you just so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
And so, well, then have a great rest of your year. Woohoo.
Yeah.
And then we'll schedule something for the new year. Get everybody started and to, share again about the new year so people can get started.
Yep, absolutely.
Anything else from you?
That's all I have.
All right. Thank you again for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you. All
right. Bye-bye.
Bye.